This KFAN podcast is sponsored by Builders and Remodelers, exclusive Twin Cities provider of Elements Windows. Get the highest quality windows at unmatchable value. Visit buildersandremodelers.com for more details.
Welcome to the W, where elite athletes are redefining the game of basketball. From buzzer-beating shots, jaw-dropping defense, and logo threes, the WNBA delivers nonstop action and world-class talent every game. These athletes don't just play the game, they elevate it. The New York Liberty are the reigning champions, and the Golden State Valkyries are the newest team to join the league since 2008. This season will be the first with Kelsey Plum on the Los Angeles Sparks, Jewel Lloyd on the Aces, and Alyssa Thomas in Phoenix. Whether you're a lifelong basketball fan or new to the game, the WNBA invites you to be a part of something bigger. Catch live games, follow your favorite teams, and witness history in the making. Watch the WNBA this season on ABC, CBS, ESPN, ION, and Prime, starting May 16th.
Your child has so much potential, but your local schools may not be right for them. Check out K-12. K-12-powered schools are accredited tuition-free online public schools for students in kindergarten through 12th grade. This is not your typical homeschooling. With state-certified teachers specially trained to teach online, your child will learn at their speed, at home, with innovative, engaging technology. Join the more than 3 million families who have chosen K-12. Go to k12.com/podcast today to learn more. That's k12.com/podcast.
Morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to video message number 29.
This is Beaverville. Come on in.
It's Bob here. I got a question.
I woke up yesterday morning with a spring in my step.
Start later, please.
I could never know what the day was.
Fast forward, Ed.
Listen up. The ratings just came in for last month. We are number one. We just grabbed every key demographic. Super duper, gang. Yeah. Super duper. That's nice. Way to go. Neato, gang. Yes. Boy, that is good news.
It is the 15th day of May, 2025. Good morning, everybody. My name is Chris Hockey. Welcome to the little Power Trip morning show that could. Man, here we go. How about those Wolves? We got it done in 5. I'm not going to howl because that kind of, I don't know why that's annoying to me, but it is. So here's howl. There you go. And they're on to the next round again. Let's go. I mean, could it really happen? It could really happen, right? And then how about that Vikings schedule? A little bit of Christmas gig. That's all right. You know, it's a Christmas Day game, but at least it's a home game, so there's that. Man, a lot of night games this year, and of course we already knew about going to Dublin and London. But my, oh my, what a schedule. That just means football's almost here. Holy moly, I'm excited. Let's get this thing started. Both Tommy and Ben are in today. It's been forever since we had them all in. Let's get her started. Here's Matt Fugate, Comedy, Power Trip Morning Show, Thursday morning. Come on in. Deep breath. I'm glad you're here.
Hello, everybody. Let me start off one of the most frightening things I think I've ever heard. There are parents that are giving their teenage daughters as a high school graduation gift breast implants. Which, man, that's just mom and dad sitting their daughter down going, oh, honey, we've been looking at your report card, and it's stripper for you. You see where you sign your name with a rainbow? That's the kind of thing we're talking about, sweetie. Yes.
The finish line is waiting. Fate is on your side.
The Beezer.
You hear the distant thunder. There's lightning in your stride.
Taking it real easy there, huh?
Welcome to the Power Trip Morning Show. It is Thursday, May 15th, the home of the Minnesota Timberwolves. This is the Power Trip. I'm Corey Cove. That's Chris Hockey. That's Meat Sauce Paul Lambert. For the second consecutive year, the Wolves are in the Western Conference Finals.
That is going to do it. The horn sounds here at Target Center, and the Wolves have captured Game 5, 121-110. After closing out the Lakers in 5 games, the Wolves do the exact same to the Golden State Warriors. And for the second straight season, Minnesota is headed to the Western Conference Finals.
Wolves are 8-2, 4-1 against the Lakers, 4-1 against the Warriors. Bring on OKC, bring on Denver. Let's go.
Hell yeah, man. This is going to be great.
Bring him on!
Bring them on.
Yeah. Hell yeah, I can't wait.
Finally, a mostly complete game.
Isn't that weird?
Right, all over the board. The bench was awesome, right? Best game of the series and the playoffs for DiVincenzo.
Oh, yeah.
Conley.
I didn't think
Gobert.
that guy could play basketball.
Yeah, he was great.
Yeah.
Everybody was great.
Wow, D's playing real well tonight.
Man,
Yeah, D.
Julius Randle is so good.
I like that guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like
He's
what he said
outstanding.
after the game on the TV.
Saw that as well.
That was good. He's like, yeah,
It's got to
And
make
he-
Ant better.
Yeah, and he even talked about it a little bit post-game. I loaded some audio in where he talked about what he learned when he was injured this offseason. And he talked about that exact thing.
Even though I wasn't playing, like, just being engaged, like, cheering for the guys, like, encouraging, like, being able to, like, use my voice in a way that maybe I haven't been comfortable in the past with. You know, I just try to, like, lead by example. So, like, I felt like even though I wasn't playing, I was still with the team. And, after I came back, just my mindset was how can I help this team win? And it was just as simple as that.
I think he and I could be friends.
He seems like a good dude.
He does.
If you had told me, if you were a time traveler, and you had told me the Wolves were 8-2 in their first 10 games, and they had won both series 4-1. So on paper, that looks like they're completely dominating.
Yeah.
I would have said, all right, all the stuff we heard about Ant last year, the Michael Jordan comparisons, the top 2 or 3 or 4 player in the NBA, like he's going to be the new face of the league, all the conversations we had 12 months ago. I would have guessed if we're 8-2 and we're kicking everybody's ass, then Ant is probably Michael Jordan mode.
Yep.
He's dropping 40 a game. He's unstoppable, highlight dunks. And we've seen that in moments. But there is no doubt about it. The number one reason why they are 8-2 is Julius Randle.
100%.
125%.
Yeah, right.
Because he's consistent, he's professional, he's calm. Like he's all the things that, like we said yesterday, that drove me nuts about Cat. He's the opposite. And Cat's crazy talented, but Julius is just so much more in control. And look, when that trade went down, I was more excited about DiVincenzo because of all of his scrappiness and his good defense and his shooting. I'm like, man, Randle never stays healthy. I don't know about Julius Randle. Guy's been an all-NBA player before. I think third team, but still, that's not easy to do.
No.
I just thought, I don't know, maybe home run trade.
Yeah. He's an excellent Robin to Ant's Batman.
Yep.
He, as they were saying, I think it was last night, I think it was the halftime show where when he was with New York, all the offense ran through him. And he's not the kind of player you can run the offense through. But when he's the second guy, he's outstanding. The Wolves are 30-6 in their last 36 games in which Julius Randle has played. That's outstanding.
Yeah, they can beat anybody.
Home run trade. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
How great must it be to be Tim Connolly right now, too, because...
Tim Conway? Dorf?
Yeah, the same one. Dorf. Because he gets to just golf all season long, fish.
Yeah.
He gets to do whatever he wants. He's just, height challenged.
I didn't think about that, but you're right. I bet he's having a great morning.
Oh, did I change subjects too quickly?
I'm sorry.
No.
I mean, I know we were talking to the Timberwolves, but nobody had mentioned Dorf in a while. I just wanted to bring him up. No, Tim Connolly has got to be feeling unbelievably good because, look, guys that are in front offices now understand the analytics and the statistics and the variables, right? Nothing's a guarantee. It doesn't matter if you draft Cooper Flagg #1 or make a trade for Luka or for Giannis, whatever these big trades are going to be. It doesn't matter. They know that nothing's guaranteed. So when you go all in on the Rudy Gobert trade, I think somebody posted it yesterday. We're like halfway through that trade already. Does it feel like the Wolves are getting punished?
No.
And if you've seen like what the Jazz have gotten from us, it's like, who cares?
Yeah.
So far, that trade, we go all in with, pocket queens, and so far they're holding.
Yes.
Right?
Well said, yeah.
And now you swing somewhat in a weird way, even bigger by trading the franchise player away, one of the 2 franchise players away.
2 days before training camp,
right?
Or all that,
and that looked a little more even, right? Because I think people got scared of all the draft picks with Rudy. But again, if you play as well as the Wolves are playing, they're going to be in the late 20s anyway. You're not giving up much.
Yeah.
Anyway, the Randall and DiVincenzo trade, or DiVincenzo if you're somebody else.
You could say it both ways.
You can say it both ways. If you trade those two for Cat, it's not necessarily pocket aces versus 7-deuce offsuit, but it is definitely more of an even push. But so far, both of those trades, in the spectrum of how good to how bad they could have been, Western Conference Finals 2 years in a row, both trades look super, super good. Tim Conley must be like, I'm a genius.
Yeah. He's going to get a huge contract.
I mean, it's just working out. The Mike Conley trade and getting rid of D'Angelo Russell is an absolute home run as well.
Yep.
How great was Mike Conley last night?
Unbelievable. There's so many times, though, during the season where you're like, I get why Mike Conley starts, right? And there are times where he scores 0 and isn't really a factor, but he's such a leader out on the field. On the court, excuse me. He's so good, man. That's such a fun team to watch.
Well, and his interviews are so great with Barrero because he had such a terrible start to the year where we were begging for Dillingham pretty quickly. Like, put the kid in.
Yeah.
Conley's broke. He's busted.
Yeah. Yep.
And, it's not like the Lakers that get their asses kicked and then start saying, "Oh, I was hurt the whole time.
Yeah, right.
I have malaria."
Oh, malaria.
The Lakers came out with 1,000 mystery illnesses after the series was over. But Mike Conley, when Barrero was like, "What's changed?" Because you weren't playing your best early in the season, and now you're kicking ass. What's going on late in the season? And Conley's like, "Well, I'm healthy.
Yeah,
I wasn't healthy earlier. I'm feeling better, and now I'm playing better." It's like, yeah, all right, cool.
Yeah, he was.
But we hadn't seen that out of him mostly this postseason. But he was on fire last night.
He was lights out last night. What was he from 3? He was 4 of 6 from 3.
The earliest the Western Conference Finals will start is Sunday because Denver and OKC play tonight. That's Game 6. So if OKC wraps it up, we would go to OKC, I think, as early as Sunday. But
I think that's correct.
Who do you guys hope we play?
We match up better against Denver. But again, I'm not looking past Denver. This would be the Western Conference Finals, and it's the best player on the planet, the Joker. So both of them are going to be super tough. Both teams would have home court advantage over the Wolves, so I believe the Wolves will be dogs to both.
You bring your A game to all those games, you can win the series. You bring your C game like you did a couple of times this series, you have no chance.
Yeah, you're not going to win.
You're going to get blown out.
Do you think with the 6 straight wins against Denver, I mean, I'm sure Power Trip Bets can look it up for me because he has access to
now
those
he's
futures.
Program bets, by the way. What the hell happened to that?
Well, the bit is they bet more than we do. I guess that's the joke is that he has to switch because we don't bet enough.
Yeah, that's okay.
It's not wrong.
No, he's right.
We can bet more.
But do you think we'd be the dogs? I think we would still be the dogs, even though we've won 6 straight against them and swept them 4 rip this regular season.
I think we would be, yeah.
Just because of the home court.
Yeah.
But we'll see. That's a good problem to worry about.
Yeah.
Man, it's cool.
It's really cool.
It could really happen.
Did you really stay up and watch the whole game?
I didn't watch the whole game, but I watched the whole fourth quarter.
Yeah.
I did. I stayed up and watched the end of it, and I listened to the rest of it.
Right on.
Yeah. I went for a long, long walk because I love when my eyes bleed.
Yeah.
Oh,
and,
great.
It's awesome. It's really fun. I like listening to that guy, Al Horton.
He's so good.
He's a good dude, man.
So great dude.
I like that guy. He's nice. He's been doing it. He's been calling a lot of rotten games for a long time.
It's like close to 20 years, right? Isn't it something like that?
Just bad games. And it's basketball. Make it even worse,
Yeah.
And like, he had to watch not just basketball, but bad basketball.
For a lot of it.
Long time. And now he's rolling in it.
So let's go bigger picture for a second.
He did the fourth quarter with his D out. Did you know that?
He's been doing that for 20 years.
Oh, I said no. I never listened.
I didn't know that.
That's the thing. But hang on. It's a creature of habit thing. 15 years ago, he could do it because there was no one in Target Center to notice.
Yeah.
I think they've asked him a couple times, please put it away. The arena's filled now. But he still does it. Speaking of Zip.
What a night!
There's T.O.
Speaking quickly, have you guys seen the video Rosie took of A-Rod?
No.
He took a picture of an A-Rod, of A-Rod.
A-Rod is doing the bit where he's standing and like congratulating all the guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
The guys.
And Rosie is behind him recording it. Do you think A-Rod knew Rosie was recording it?
Probably. They're probably friends.
Look it up on Twitter.
I love how Rosie thinks I'm the only one that rips him on this show.
He did. He said he had a bone to pick with you, and I'm like, go get him, Rosie. I'm with you, man. I can't believe he talks about you like
Somehow
that.
I'm the only one that rips him.
Savage.
It's you.
Look, we're on the precipice here, fellas. T.O. I mean, the Gopher football team's not in the conversation, but out of the
why you gotta take shots?
It's been since like 1950 or something.
He's right.
Whoa, 60. Since the Twins won the World Series, right, we haven't had any of the 4 major men's teams in this state get to even the finals, right? We've had NFC title games. Right. We've had the Wild get to the Western Conference Finals. We've had the Timberwolves now, in their history, 3 times get to the Western Conference Finals. Haven't even gotten to the finals, let alone won a title. So this is the farthest we've gotten in 34 years. Isn't that crazy?
It's unbelievable.
Yeah. It is unbelievable. Statistically, it's insane that we have 4 teams, because not a lot of cities do. What is it, like 12 or 13 or 14 have all 4 major? It's something like that, 14 or less. It's been 34 years.
Historic run.
Yeah, for a lot of people.
I was born in 92. I haven't seen it.
That's a good point. You have never seen one of the men's 4 major professional teams in the finals or win a title.
Just in it.
Yep.
Just make it.
So this is as far as you've seen. It's going to be fun.
It's unbelievable. I was downtown last night. You guys ever been to Lions Pub, Lions Tap, right next to Murray's?
Duh.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's like the Irish pub.
Never spot.
First time I've ever been there.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Great spot.
You guys, downtown is like, it's back. Like,
It's back.
Like diehard Wolves fans everywhere.
It's back.
God, it was fun.
This is a sneaky basketball town. Yeah, it really is. Obviously, it's a Vikings town first and foremost.
We want to be a basketball town. We really do. We want to be a basketball town. You know what I mean? Like
they've just sucked forever.
Exactly. Yeah, you got to have a reason. Right.
Same thing with Gopher basketball. Again, Gopher basketball in the 90s. Yeah. The state was all on board.
Loved every
we've
second
mostly
of it.
sucked for 25 years. Let's go.
Yeah.
God. It doesn't even feel real. Like we got a chance. I'm not scared of anybody.
No.
Think about it.
Even OKC. I think OKC will probably beat us, but we can beat them. Not afraid of them. Let's go.
It's the day after the Vikings schedule comes out, and we are leading with the Wolves.
But you have to.
No, I know you have to. I know you have to. But that's sweet. Like, that's like 10 years ago, the Wolves would have been done a month and a half ago, right?
Like 4 months ago.
Yeah, right? Like,
they'd have been mathematically out by Groundhog Day.
They will probably be playing Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
It's sweet, man.
So sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you had to put $10,000 on the line, would you pick the Wolves to win it? Or you
to win the Western Conference Finals?
Win the whole thing.
No.
No, I'd take OKC.
You're taking OKC?
OKC is the best team left. But
are they in our conference?
Yes, they would be potentially in the Western Conference
Finals. If they win tonight, we play them.
We're better than them.
You think so?
No, I don't know. I could name a player.
They did split the series with them.
Right.
Do they have DiVincenzo? No, we have DiVincenzo.
I thought it was DiVincenzo.
You can say it both ways.
God. Think if we do it.
We're going to do it.
Think if they go to the Western. Think if they go to the NBA Finals.
Could you imagine like just watching and like you know how fun it is when they have who's the guy who announces he's like the best guy in the world?
Mike Breen?
Yeah,
you're talking about the bang guy. Bang!
Yes, that's my favorite thing in the world. There's nothing like it. Yeah. But like having the finals and then it's the Wolves. Like I grew up just watching LeBron, just like how you guys watch, like watching Michael. Like that would be. It's us. Never seen it. God,
it's going to be cool, man. This series is going to be sweet. It'll start as early as Sunday if OKC wins tonight.
I'm not asking just for baby steps, right? Because when you get this close, you got to find a win, right? Yeah. You got to get a trophy once in a while. But last year, the Wolves got mostly trucked and lost to the Mavericks 4-1.
They ran out of gas.
Can we at least, even if we come up short, and I don't want to just go baby steps and like moral victories, can we at least force 6 or 7? Like, let's at least be competitive and not get run out of the gym.
Yeah.
I don't think we will this year. I think that's the difference between Julius Randle and
I'm asking
Cat.
I want Herman Munster steps. I don't care what you say. Let's do this.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get the trophy. You got to close.
Is there
always be closing?
Is there a correlation of them signing up with the fan and then making it to 2 Western Conference Finals?
Not a coincidence.
It's not a coincidence.
That's what I'm saying.
Obvi, they were nothing until we came back.
Yeah, it's like if a tree falls in the woods. Does it make a sound?
Poor Anthony.
Yeah, it helps so much in recruiting.
Yeah, it's the best. What a good spot.
Thanks.
Man, it really sucks to see Draymond get sent home. And Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
Butler didn't seem to care.
He really didn't.
No, he did not. No,
I don't know anything about that
I bet
guy.
he's in combo already. He didn't care.
He fired up the jet last night.
He was out of here.
He
didn't.
For a guy that basically ripped Cat and Wiggins for not having that dog in him and not caring enough, way to mail it in, buddy.
Yeah.
Way to go,
We'll take it. Look, we just played 20 quarters of basketball against the Golden State Warriors, and Steph Curry played for what, 1.5 of them?
Yeah.
I mean, we mostly kicked ass the other 18 and a half.
Unbelievable.
And I think Jimmy, about 18 and a half quarters ago, said, when does my vacation start?
100%.
Say goodbye to Mr. Jimmy.
It's over. And look, man, it looked like, whether they were lying to us or not, it looked like outside chance Steph was going to be back for Game 6, right? They thought it was possible. Maybe not likely, but they were holding out optimism and hope that Game 6 was potentially up for grabs. That's why you had to win last night, and they did.
Yeah.
More of the Power Trip Morning Show after this. But this first segment, Sauce, was brought to you by
my wonderful friends at Gutter Helmet and GutterHelmetMN.com. Never clean your gutters again.
And by the way, real quick, I want to mention it right away because I know when people think we don't care. Taylor Heisey scores the game-winning goal.
Frost head into the finals as well.
Way to go, Taylor!
The Fan. Welcome to the W, where elite athletes are redefining the game of basketball. From buzzer-beating shots, jaw-dropping defense, and logo threes, the WNBA delivers nonstop action and world-class talent every game. These athletes don't just play the game, they elevate it. The New York Liberty are the reigning champions, and the Golden State Valkyries are the newest team to join the league since 2008. Watch the WNBA this season on ABC, CBS, ESPN, ION, and Prime. Starting May 16th.
Men, if you're ready to reclaim your edge, listen up. I used to be held back by constant bathroom trips with multiple wake-ups during my sleep and looking for restrooms whenever I was out. Then I discovered Better Man. After just 2 months, I started experiencing fewer trips to the bathroom, less urge to go, and I even slept through some nights. I feel a noticeable boost in my overall well-being, even sexual stamina. It gives me the freedom and confidence to live life on my terms. Better Man is clinically tested and trusted by thousands of men over 25 years. Ready to take back control? Go to BeBetterNow.com to order your supply today. That's BeBetterNow.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Use as directed. Individual results may vary.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Power Trip Morning Show. VES and Kevin Brown, a local band, doing some music here on the Power Trip Morning Show. Tommy's over there. Ben will be here later. I believe even Parker probably, and maybe Maxo. Cast a Thousand. I'm sure they were up late. Cast a Thousands today on your little Power Trip Morning Show, celebrating the Wolves' victory and the Vikings' release of their schedule.
What do you think?
I'm excited. We're going to Seattle again.
I honestly don't understand how is that a thing?
I know. I'm glad. Don't get me wrong, but I don't understand it.
It just seems like however they try to balance it out and rotate things and I know it's like, well, if you have a first place team, you have to play a first place schedule, second place team, second place schedule. I get it. There's a lot of weird coincidences, but man, how many times in the last 10 years has Chris gone to Seattle? It feels like about 7. If you count the preseason, what is it, about 6 or 7 trips to Seattle? Something like that.
I will bet you it's been at least 6.
In the last 10 years, right? Yeah. Something like that. Somebody look it up. It's crazy.
Yeah, I bet it's been because, man, I can remember the very first trip I ever went on out there. There were people who were still involved that are no longer involved that we had dinner with my first trip out there, and that's what it sticks with. And that was a long time ago, if you know what I mean. I think you know what I mean. Anyway, but how about this? We're also, prepare yourself, Toms.
Yep.
The final preseason game is a night game on a Friday night in Nashville.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
What date?
August 22nd.
Holy hell.
Is that the second day of the Minnesota State Fair?
Who cares? I mean, I couldn't care. Yeah. How dare you piss in my Cheerios?
That means you get... No, I'm saying... Isn't that great news for you? That means you won't be anywhere near the State Fair.
You're a great point. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah. I thought you were saying... Okay, yeah.
No,
okay,
I'm saying that's good news for you.
That's fantastic.
I'm sorry, I got all fired up.
The fair gets you.
Dude, can we go through... Because I haven't even seen or heard anything about it.
You want me to do it right now? So we go...
A lot of primetime games, man.
A lot.
Really?
A lot. It's great.
So the first preseason game is at home versus the Texans. That'll be August 9th on a Saturday, 3 p.m. game. Simulcast. Then the second preseason game, Saturday, August 16th, New England Patriots, U.S. Bank Stadium at noon, Fox 9.
So we go home?
Yep. Then the final one, Friday, August 22nd at Tennessee Titans, 7 o'clock game. And that is not a simulcast game. That's on CBS. So that'll be a straight up broadcast, which is good for us.
And that's the game. Here's the good thing about the third game being the road game. That's the game that you empty the bench and it's absolutely worthless. Now, the first two are worthless too.
However, the first two are great. Don't say that.
They all suck. They all suck. But the first two suck less because if you're going to play McCarthy, it's the first two and they're home games. So,
you have to as well, I think.
Right. You're going to have to run them out there at least a little bit, right? You can't just let a, quote, rookie run it out there cold. So I like that those two are at home because at least the Vikings fans get to see him because he ain't playing against Tennessee.
No.
Right?
No. Zero chance.
Tennessee.
Zero chance.
And then we open up the season, Monday Night Football in Chicago.
Jesus.
On the 8th of September.
That'll be so great.
First game's a Monday nighter.
Yeah, let's go.
What the hell?
JJ versus Caleb, week 1.
They got some expectations for us.
You think they don't?
Yeah.
First home game is the next week, September 14th. That'll be the Falcons, a 7:20 Sunday night football game.
Yeah, we go Monday night into Sunday night.
Yeah.
And on Smittyum's birthday.
At the bank. Of course, that's why they're doing it that night.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Right. Next game would be Sunday, the 21st of September. Bengals at home. That's a nooner on CBS.
Not a lot of noon games this year because we're big time.
Then we get on the road for reals. The next game is week 4, Sunday, September 28th at Pittsburgh Steelers in Dublin. That's 8:30 a.m. our time.
Yeah. So pregame at 6:30, Mussy.
Yeah.
But because both of the London or the Dublin game and London game are on, quote, national TV because NFL Network at like 8:30 in the morning, then 4 out of the first 5 Vikings games are nationally televised.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right, you go Monday night into Sunday night, then the nooner.
Yep.
And then Dublin, then London.
Pittsburgh, and then, of course, Cleveland is October 5th. That's an 8:30 a.m. start in London on week 5. Then we got week 6 bye, early bye like we had last year. Awfully early for a bye, but
after the 2 international games makes a ton of sense.
Right.
This is where it gets greasy.
It starts getting greasy here.
Yeah, it's greasy.
Home game on October 19th, a Sunday noon game against Philadelphia Eagles.
Yikes.
Oh, my God.
I'm shocked that's at noon.
Shocked him out.
Shocked.
Yeah, why is that?
I don't know. That's the Super Bowl champs, man.
Listen to this, guys. I'll tell you, I'll give you the breakdown. We go after the bye, Eagles, Chargers, Lions, Ravens.
Jesus.
I know.
Oh, my God.
I know. So it's Eagles October 19th at home. Then at the Chargers on Thursday Night Football.
Always. That's the same
More
thing.
national
exact
TV.
same thing we did last year.
Yep. Then at the Lions on November 2nd. That's a Sunday noon game. And then Sunday, November 9th at home, noon game versus the Baltimore Ravens.
Hell yeah.
Then Sunday, November 16th at home versus Chicago. That's a nooner. Then the next week, November 23rd at Green Bay Packer. That's a noon game. The next week after that, Sunday, November 30th at the Seattle Seahawks. That's a 3:05 start.
Oh, let's go back a week. I know this is super cliche, but whenever you don't get the Packers at the end of December, it's a win. So, sure, could it be hell at the end of November if the weather gets bad? Sure, but more often than not, we're probably in the clear there. It's going to be cold, but not like disastrously cold or snowy.
Yeah.
Was that Sunday, the 23rd? Is that what you
that's
said?
correct. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That could be a fun one. That's right before Thanksgiving.
Damn right. Damn right. December 7th is a home game against the Commanders, noon game.
Mm-hmm.
Then December 14th, week 15, at Dallas Cowboys, Sunday Night Football.
Gee.
Wow. Yeah.
The next week, December 21st, Sunday, noon game at New York Giants. Then we round out the season with 2 home games. Christmas Day, 3:30 game on Netflix.
Yuck.
Happy birthday, Hogs Daddy.
Thank you. 3:30 game.
At least it's 3:30.
Home versus Detroit Lions.
It's home and it's 3:30.
That's perfect.
If it had been road at noon, that sucks or whatever. But still, home at 3:30. All right, then everybody can get their Christmas stuff done, and then get to U.S. Bank Stadium if they want to go later.
I know you guys have to work, but do you know how fun that is for every other Minnesotan?
Yeah.
No, well, 3:30, sure. 3:30 is perfect.
Yeah.
Right, get Santa out of the way.
Get everything else done. Exactly.
Fat and sassy, just ready to
Haul
watch.
your hands up.
Something.
Let me finish the.
Oh,
schedule
sorry. I thought
real
you
quick.
did. I'm sorry.
That's okay. And we wrap up the season resting our starters at home versus the Green Bay Packers. To be determined what time. Okay, go ahead.
So I think it's weird that the Packers game is the last game of the year. That's a big time rivalry that may be a preseason game.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's always a divisional game.
Yeah, no, I know, but it's normally like the Bears. Haven't we played the Bears like the last 3 or 4 seasons?
It was the Lions last year.
But I mean, don't forget the Packers and Bears have a giant rivalry as well. So you can't play the Lions every year.
Good point.
Just, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
So anyway, it has to rotate.
Yeah, good point.
It's just, we not long ago in that game, to your point, Saucy, it was an away game. And I froze my balls off my body.
Yeah, I bet. Because which one is it? Chicago where you're out in the crowd?
Chicago and Green Bay can be very disastrous that week.
Yeah,
so
I bet.
Having Detroit is cool. Having Detroit at home is soup's awesome.
Yeah,
having Green Bay at home is soup's awesome.
Sweet.
Yeah, and flip it, of course, Sauce, by the way. Flip it, right? Sure, it could be a preseason game because one of the teams is completely out of it and the other one's cruising to the postseason. But if both teams are in the mix, what's better?
Yeah, good point.
Right, than playing the Packers for the equivalent of a playoff game? That's the best possible scenario. Super fun. So
good point.
That is a greasy schedule.
Yeah,
though.
it is.
Oh, yeah.
That's very greasy.
Well, but every year we need to say this, and it's obvious, but it's not on paper. It's what those teams look like the week you're playing them, right? Injuries, players play better than you think, worse than you think. Trades, who knows? So, on paper, though, right now, that's a really, really tough schedule.
Last
really
year,
tough.
I thought they'd start 0-5.
Because the schedule looked super tough. And then when we realized how good Darnold was and how bad some of those other teams were, then the schedule could look pretty freaking easy.
And how correct my Hogs daddy was.
Yeah, right.
Eagles at noon and then Lions at noon. And when you have all the other prime times, is there any chance those bounce too? Or no?
I don't think you can early in the season.
Yeah, I don't know when you can start flexing.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'd almost bet you can't. That's only week 7, man. For the Eagles. There's no chance. I don't think.
I mean, those are.
Sauce, can you Google what week you can start flexing?
We got to go break.
God.
It's going to take him 7 minutes. All right, by the time we get back, Sauce will figure that out. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.
Den of Thieves, local band, Power Trip Morning Show, Fan.
Welcome to the W, where elite athletes are redefining the game of basketball. From buzzer-beating shots, jaw-dropping defense, and logo threes, the WNBA delivers nonstop action and world-class talent every game. These athletes don't just play the game, they elevate it. The New York Liberty are the reigning champions, and the Golden State Valkyries are the newest team to join the league since 2008. Watch the WNBA this season on ABC, CBS, ESPN, ION, and Prime. Starting May 16th.
Men, if you're ready to reclaim your edge, listen up. I used to be held back by constant bathroom trips with multiple wake-ups during my sleep and looking for restrooms whenever I was out. Then I discovered Better Man. After just 2 months, I started experiencing fewer trips to the bathroom, less urge to go, and I even slept through some nights. I feel a noticeable boost in my overall well-being, even sexual stamina. It gives me the freedom and confidence to live life on my terms. Better Man is clinically tested and trusted by thousands of men over 25 years. Ready to take back control? Go to BeBetterNow.com to order your supply today. That's BeBetterNow.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Use as directed. Individual results may vary.
Man.
Hi, everybody. Power Trip Morning Show. Yeah, that's right. That's who we are.
I gave you all you want.
I know, P-Rod. This is P-Rod the Prodigy, local music Power Trip Morning Show 609. Lots to get to on today's show. Ben will be here. Tommy's already here.
Hi, Tommy.
Hey, guy.
Thomas.
You guys, I really, I'm really
kissing.
Well, yeah, I love Frenching. I love Frenching.
Jeez.
They're good.
Who says it like that unless they're 7th graders?
Tommy does.
Frenching.
But think about.
Tommy likes to French.
Okay, so what's another
title of the podcast?
Another thing that starts with an F, right?
Yes,
Sure.
you like to do that as well.
Not the F word.
Okay.
It's like second base, let's say, right?
Sure.
Right?
Correct. Okay, good. I'm with you.
So Frenching and then that ends in a.
Yeah, no, we got it.
And you take the G off, so it's Frenching and.
Yep. Mm-hmm. You starting a restaurant?
That in 7th grade, though, was.
Deep breath.
7th, 8th, 9th grade, right? Whatever it is. That was euphoric. It was euphoric. It literally changed my life.
You can tell.
No,
you can tell.
It's just something that that feeling it's. I love Frenchie. I love it.
Well, get over here.
Thank you for your honesty.
Don't you? When you're touching tongues, there's nothing better.
Zach, Tommy loves Frenchie. Title of the podcast.
But you know what I mean,
dude. We know what you mean.
Yeah, everybody knows what you mean.
Everybody knows what you mean.
I know, dude.
We're all familiar.
We know what you
You're
mean.
talking to three other, heterosexual white guys. We get it. Like, we understand what you're talking about.
Yeah. I just love. Yeah, I don't. Just kissing is great, isn't it?
It's the best. We all agree. Here's the thing, Thomas. Here's the thing. And I was just talking to somebody about this last night.
Yeah.
I can remember being at a high school track meet as a freshman. And it's one of those all-day track meets where there's like 9 different teams. And the only reason you ran track was to get work it out of the way so you could flirt with the girls from other schools. Sure. Because you never got to see girls from other schools if you didn't have your driver's license yet. You know what I mean? And if it was somebody from Ansonia, which was 15 minutes from home, felt like they lived in another world. And I remember a girl actually paid attention to me, which was new back then, let me tell you, because I looked like a hillbilly. And as she was leaving, she reached out of the high school bus and reached down for my hand, and I reached up and grabbed hers, and she tickled the inside of my hand like this, and it changed everything for me. For me, that was French kissing. For you, I mean, a girl just like this, just kind of tickled the inside of my hand, and I was like, she likes me. And nothing you can imagine for months, I just, I used that spot of my hand that she tickled.
And I will never forget as that bus was driving away and she was waving and she slowly lowered the window so she could say a couple of final words to Chris as the bus drove away. And she simply said,
I'm a bitch.
She did. She was very self-deprecating.
And that made him,
And that is Chris's origin story.
That's right. Yep.
Oh, God.
I'm only going to chase those.
Yep.
Did you ever see her again?
I don't even know what her name was or what she looked like. I have no idea. No clue. I can't remember at all. Dude, that was, how old am I? I'm 54. So that was 40 years ago.
I think you can still feel that.
I can still remember how good it felt though to look for somebody to treat you, other than your mom. She was like, she treated you like you were special.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
God.
Like somebody looked at me like everybody looked at Dean Jenkinson, who was super hot.
Oh, great. Dean Jenkinson.
I know.
Damn it, Dean.
I know.
Mean Dean the gas machine.
And luckily, Dean didn't want her because he'd have taken her right away from me.
Wait, is Dean's dad the guy that punched you?
No, you don't know. You just don't know that
You
story.
don't know things.
You don't get the story.
Whose dad punched you?
Not Dean Jenkinson.
No, it was, I don't even know the guy's name. It was whoever my high school girlfriend was banging at the time.
You're going to have to narrow it down.
That's what I mean. I don't know who he was.
You rolled around town looking for her car because she could have been anywhere.
And let me tell you, found it.
Yeah.
Look at Hogstead. He got his palm fondled and he hammered himself.
But you know what I'm saying, though. But you know what I'm saying? How and
fondled yourself.
And I don't know for sure if he had recovered enough to be fondled yet at that point, because this was not long after Aquanet, yeah, or Aquanet.
Aquanet. You sprayed hairspray on your penis?
No, it was. I misspoke. I'm sorry, but it was a magical moment for me. I tried to share it with you.
Think how horny Hogstead was that his schlong
I'm
was
the
ripping
horny
apart.
one.
You
I'm
had
the horny
sores everywhere and you were still going down on yourself.
I'm the horny one.
He called
I'm the
sex
problem
lines at like 8.
There was no porn.
Lonely.
I understand. There was no porn.
You make fun of me, but that's a sad story because I was lonely. That's why I called those women.
Yeah, quit making fun of him for calling sex lines.
Yeah. You were okay. Sure, you were
Somebody
lonely,
actually
but
talked to me.
You were horny as well. You got to be horny to do that.
Obvi.
But yeah, there's no porn. You had no porn.
It wasn't just that. I lived out in the country, and my brother was 6 years older than me. And I had nobody to talk to, but those ladies would talk to me for $400 a minute.
Tommy.
Yeah.
He didn't have Pornhub, right?
Right.
But Dwight Hockey had a stash, and I don't mean a mustache.
He had that too because he thought he was Burt Reynolds.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Did your brother ever show you porn though?
No. No, I didn't have that kind of relationship with my brother.
Hawk's dad.
That's fair.
Hawk's dad was the hustler dad.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that was pretty tame for him.
Yeah.
Actually, if I'm being honest with you, that wasn't enough for my dad.
So, Tommy.
Yeah.
You like Frenchin.
Love Frenchin.
You like the other thing that starts with F. And you like finals because the Timberwolves are in the Western Conference Finals for the second consecutive year. Should we do front page sports?
Didn't I already hit it? I'm sorry. I thought I did.
I don't think so.
Time now for Front Page Sports. Presented by Holiday Station Stores.
Holiday Station Stores. You can get a couple of Red Bulls and then get one free. Buy two, get one free, and you can mix and match any flavors you want. So wake up, get some Red Bull with our friends at Holiday. Thanks, Holiday. The Minnesota Timberwolves won 121-110 over the Warriors. They win the series 4-1. They get to the Western Conference Finals for the second consecutive year. That's the first time in franchise history they've ever done that. This is also the farthest they've ever gotten. They've never reached the NBA Finals. This is the third time in franchise history, though, they've gotten this far. The Wolves set a postseason franchise record with 36 assists as a team. First home series clinching win in 21 years. Julius Randle had 29.
Hell yeah. Outstanding victory. This is a really good basketball team. This is a really deep basketball team. This is a team, when they bring their A game, they can beat anybody. Julius Randle is a huge difference on this team. It's going to be fun to see who they match up against. It could start as early as Sunday. I can't wait.
Individual Timberwolves in the history of Timberwolves. Who has the most career postseason wins with the Timberwolves?
Say that one more time.
So, in any player in the history of the Wolves, when he was specifically playing for the Timberwolves, how many postseason wins?
How many
does he have? Who has the most?
And
it has to be, because I believe Coach Finch has the most postseason victories of any coach.
I think it's got to be Ant.
We've never been this good.
Is it Ant?
Kevin Garnett has 18 wins. Ant has 20.
Oh, God.
Ant already has the most postseason wins in team history. In fact, I think there's a couple of guys that have like 19 that are on the current squad as well, just because that's, like you guys just said, we're not used to getting out of the first round. It is hold please.
Yeah.
Ant has 20. Jaden McDaniels has 19. Naz Reid has 19. So those three already have more wins in the postseason for the Wolves than Kevin Garnett ever has. By the way, Nickeil Alexander-Walker has 18 and Mike Conley has 18.
Are you guys taking Ant over KG? Best Wolf ever?
Well, so that's such a layered question because KG's the most accomplished Wolf of all time.
No,
I think Ant's the most talented. It's like a Mahomes versus Brady thing, right?
Yeah.
And I think Ant's more talented, but he's got a long way to go to pass like the accomplishments of KG. I think when it's all said and done, it's going to be unanimous that he is the best Timberwolf of all time. It's just when you want to actually give him the torch, I don't know. It's up to you, but he's most talented.
He won MVP here.
He sure did.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Ant hasn't done that yet.
Nope. And even though it wasn't here, KG won an NBA title. So it's...
Yeah.
But again, most accomplished does not mean best.
That's true.
If Mahomes never beats Tom Brady's records, could you still argue he's the best quarterback of all time? Of course.
Yeah.
So I think Ant's the most talented, but KG's the most accomplished.
God. I love it.
But his records are just going to keep falling. Ant's just going to keep shattering all of his records.
Yeah.
Specifically with the Timberwolves.
I'm taking Ant over anyone in the NBA right now. Not even close. Anyone.
About Wemby.
Yeah, not even close.
Not even close.
Tell him about it.
If someone else, if any other team had him, do you know how jealous we'd be? I think I would talk about it all the time. Like,
we'd hate him.
We had Ant. Oh, we would hate him.
Hate him.
If there was an NBA draft today with the entire league in the draft, though, I think Wemby would go 1. Because it's
fresh slate.
Yeah, fresh slate.
SGA.
I don't know. I just love Ant's build. Like how he's thick.
Give it to him.
How old is SGA? Like 30 or not 30? Sorry, 26-ish maybe.
I just don't know.
Let me see.
I should know.
SGA is 26 exactly. So maybe you take, because it's close.
Yeah.
But maybe you take Ant just because he's 3 years younger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Joker's unbelievable, but Joker's got to be pushing 30.
He's a picker.
What's Joker?
He's
a basketball player.
He's exactly 30. All right, so even though you could argue those two are, quote, better, I think you got to give the nod to Ant because he's 23-ish. So maybe Wemby goes 1, Ant goes 2 or 3?
Why do you say
Something
Wemby?
like
Just
that.
because he's so...
He's tall.
he's unlike any player that's probably ever played in the NBA.
Yep.
Yeah.
He is the Shohei Ohtani of the NBA.
He's that good? I don't watch that much basketball.
He could be generational. Like if he doesn't get hurt, he's like a lock to be a Hall of Famer. He can do everything.
Yep.
They shoot the three too.
He can shoot the three. He can do everything.
He can defend.
And he's 7'4".
Even that you guys said it with a bullet over Ant.
Wemby's number one.
Yeah.
In terms of just total potential moving forward, I'd take Wemby. But then Ant's probably 2 or 3. He's in that conversation.
So sick.
No one can dunk like Ant.
Nobody can. Don't say they can.
Ant's fun to watch.
He's so fun to watch.
Yeah.
And he did everything last night, not just scoring. He was just
He hit 12 dimes, man.
which is his career playoff high. He just still had a couple of layup misses though, man. He's had that problem the entire 10 games. He's just struggling with layups, but everything else seems to be working.
Can I tell you something, Sweet Pea? I think we played down to our competition both the first and second
Let's hope that's the case.
I think it's true, man. I don't think we've had to play well yet.
But last night,
last
night across the board, everybody played well, right? Rudy's start was unbelievable. Conley's start was unbelievable.
Rudy even made a free throw when I was watching.
Yeah.
He's been good.
Everybody was locked in.
Conley's looked good. Like his green shoes and his leggings or whatever. I just love the look.
Okay.
At least Chris Finch finally got a haircut, right? Looked real slick last night. Good looking trim.
Good.
All right, relax.
Trying to get Tommy excited.
Speaking of that, you see both the JJs on the sidelines?
I did see Justin Jefferson and JJ McCarthy.
Sick.
Yes.
Yeah,
shocking how Halverson took photos.
Mac.
Yeah, a lot of them.
Rosie filmed them.
Yeah, no,
Rosie was there?
That was A-Rod.
You filmed A-Rod?
Yes.
That was that.
You know what's great about people like Rosie going to games, in all seriousness, with when it comes to Twitter? Is a lot of times I'm watching a game, and then Rosie will tweet like, hey, the Wolves are up 21-14. I'll be like, oh, thank God he tweeted that.
Yeah. He does do that.
You know he does that for me, right?
Well, that's kind of him. He does do that a lot. Twins up 3-0.
I know. I'm watching. What really matters is next. Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.
Welcome to the W, where elite athletes are redefining the game of basketball. From buzzer-beating shots, jaw-dropping defense, and logo threes, the WNBA delivers nonstop action and world-class talent every game. These athletes don't just play the game, they elevate it. The New York Liberty are the reigning champions, and the Golden State Valkyries are the newest team to join the league since 2008. Watch the WNBA this season on ABC, CBS, ESPN, ION, and Prime. Starting May 16th.
Men, if you're ready to reclaim your edge, listen up. I used to be held back by constant bathroom trips, with multiple wake-ups during my sleep and looking for restrooms whenever I was out. Then I discovered Better Man. After just 2 months, I started experiencing fewer trips to the bathroom, less urge to go, and I even slept through some nights. I feel a noticeable boost in my overall well-being, even sexual stamina. It gives me the freedom and confidence to live life on my terms. Better Man is clinically tested and trusted by thousands of men over 25 years. Ready to take back control? Go to BeBetterNow.com to order your supply today. That's BeBetterNow.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Use as directed. Individual results may vary.
Man.
Hey, good morning. How are you? My name is Chris Hockey, and this is the Power Trip Morning Show. Here's Smith and Herb, barely sitting. Hey, Tommy.
Yeah.
I wish you weren't busy this weekend. You could come along.
Yeah, how about that?
We might end up dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, you will.
No, I mean, if you were there, we probably end up dead.
Oh, we wouldn't come home.
Yeah, you're right. It's 6:31. We're running a little late because we got lots to talk, and there's so much going on.
And there's
Viking
Ben.
schedule, and Ben's here.
Hey, Ben! Let's do what really matters.
Won, and Ben's got opinions.
Probably about the Vikings schedule.
The tune's in. The pontoon, Ben.
Who's in?
Oh, yeah. That looked fantastic.
Dude, I didn't know. I didn't know Ben's cabin's Instagram was so popular. Your cabin has like 3,500 followers or something.
Is that good?
Yeah, I mean, for a cabin. Sure. I mean, if there's a lot of people in the Twin Cities that have a lot more followers than that, but just for a cabin, that's a lot of people that are like, I wonder what Ben's doing with his cabin. That's pretty cool, man.
I guess so. It's my wife handles it. I don't
My
even.
wife?
My
Yeah,
wife.
good for her.
She does it all. I don't know.
That's great.
Yeah, you posted, maybe it was the pontoon or something, and then it linked to the cabin, and I'm like, wait a minute, the cabin, and then I clicked it, I'm like, God dang it, that's got more followers than initials on Instagram, son of a bitch.
I think people just they liked sort of the HGTV building process sort of thing, and so like when she started it was like when we were just remodeling and stuff like that. So I think people were really interested in that.
Yep.
And she did a good job with all the decorations.
Good for Abs. All right, What Really Matters brought to you by our friends at Carboni's. Thanks, Carboni's Pizzeria.
Hi, Ben.
Benjamin, I don't know if you saw this. I know you're wearing a Wolves shirt, but look, check this out. They made the Western Conference Finals for the second consecutive year. They won last night by 11.
They did. I heard you guys break it all down. I don't have much.
What happened?
Well, they won. They won, and they won pretty convincingly.
Easily.
I don't know if we have to break it down for you again, but we will break it down for anybody that did not listen earlier.
Thank you.
I would say this because you guys did an excellent job with all this stuff.
Thank you.
The thing that I really enjoyed about last night's game, and I hope it continues into the finals, is our ability to make momentum shifting plays. It's like we made the plays when we needed to make them. Now, it's not like we were ever like really close and it was a super, super tight game, but whether it was an energy shifting alley-oop, like we had 3 or 4 alley-oop dunks last night?
Yep.
Oh, God. He doesn't even look up.
I don't know what you're talking about. It wasn't me.
Hogs Daddy, that was everyone heard that.
That's water.
It wasn't even close. You stopped mid-sentence.
You pooped your pants.
I mean, that was not specifically timed like that. I stopped talking, and
you're used to this on
the microphone.
Ben, you're pretty used to this on Twin Cities Live, though, right?
But here's the thing, though. I'm more than willing to pretend that was me and not you, Ben.
You have to go wipe.
Yeah, take the bullet for Ben.
I'm going to do that.
That actually sounded pretty dry.
It was very white. I don't know what you're talking about.
Go take a shower.
When you shoot 41% from three, you're more than likely going to be either in a game or winning a game. But how about 62.8% just from the floor?
Yeah.
The Wolves shot almost 2 out of 3. That's pretty crazy good. They just weren't missing.
Yeah.
I mean, Julius Randle, 13 of 18. This is just from the floor. Jaden McDaniels, 6 of 14. Okay. Gobert, 8 of 9. That's what I'm talking about, right? Come on.
Yep.
Conley, 5 of 7, including 4 of 6 from 3. Ant, 8 of 15. DiVincenzo had his best game of the playoffs, 5 of 7. Alexander Walker, 1 of 3, and Naz Reid, 3 of 5. But essentially, 62.8% from the floor. Fantastic.
Love the fact, again, with those momentum shifting plays, like Conley with those back-to-back threes.
I mean, that was sweet. Yeah.
Again, it's just to kind of flex our muscle on them. That, like, you can't get close to us because we're just going to make the next big play. And then we'll make another one right after that. The problem is, and this is where I'm a little concerned, our turnover situation is not great. Like, think about all the missed opportunities we could have. Like, the game should have been way worse than 11 points.
That's what Barkley said at halftime, too. Well, they all said it at halftime. Basically, when you shoot 62.8%, you should win by about 30.
Yeah.
But they turned it over 20 times, and that was the only thing that even remotely kept Golden State in the first half. The second half, the Wolves kind of pulled away, so their turnovers didn't seem to matter as much. First half, only reason they were staying with us. Well, 2 things. Turnovers. And, man, the Timberwolves are making Jonathan Kuminga so much money.
Yes, they are.
Because he looks so good against us and so middle of the road against everybody else. But, God, that dude is just flexing like, this is how good I can be if somebody just lets me do what I do. So, shout out to Jonathan Kuminga, but, man, luckily he didn't kill us.
It's tough. It is tough, though, because it's the same thing when they have to play us, is we get a bunch of guys around the perimeter, which I'm not a huge fan of early in the game. But, if we start knocking down those threes, I mean, it's kind of hard to stop. And they were kind of doing, they have a couple guys that can do the same thing. Buddy Hield can do the same thing. I mean, you rotate that ball around and you get one guy that's wide open and you get him, or you get the guy with the who's the white guy, Pajemski. That guy can dot it from 3 too.
A little bit, yeah. The best thing that happened to the Wolves in the series, even though they lost game 1, was Draymond Green getting overconfident on 3-point shots.
Yes, you are correct.
He thought oh, I'm just going to light this team up for 7 games. And then he mostly sucked at 3 the rest of the way. He was 1 of 6 yesterday. Every time he launched it in game 1, I'm like, uh-oh, that's wide open, and he's got that killer look in his eyes. Last night, I'm like, fire away, Draymond.
Yeah. Go ahead,
swing
buddy.
away, Merrill from Signs.
Yeah, go ahead, bud.
Swing away. No chance. 1 of 6. He was terrible. Good for him.
He looked like he had zero interest in that second half. All those guys are, and Ben, you've played in a lot of professional games at the end of the year. If you're not going anywhere in the postseason, you don't want to get hurt, right?
Oh, no. Yeah.
You don't want to get hurt.
Self-preservation.
Yep. That's how they all looked with about 10 minutes left. I don't want to get hurt.
I just love that Rudy looked so good last night, and Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green did not.
No.
Right? Boo those guys. Mm-hmm. I saw something, I think you said it a day or two ago. I cannot wait for Draymond to get back on TV and make excuses about why Gobert played the way that he did and that the Warriors didn't win this series.
I'll give him credit, though. I'm pretty sure all of those guys stayed around and dapped up everybody, right? They could have easily walked away. They all stayed around.
It's pretty standard, though, after a series.
You could easily walk away, though. No. But, he will they'll hammer him on TNT.
No. You know what I was surprised by? How disinterested Jimmy Butler looked for most of the series.
Yeah.
The second Steph went out. We talked about that earlier. Maybe you were listening. Maybe you weren't.
I was listening, yeah.
The second that even though they won game 1, it just looked, game 2 and beyond, we just never saw playoff Jimmy. Not enough to take over the series, right? And even all of the experts, all the TNT crew, all the broadcast crews are like, he needs to own this series.
Yes.
Like, he is the star of the Warriors with Steph out, and he never took ownership.
He didn't care.
Was it game 4 that he had 9 shots?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't care if you make all 9. That's not enough. Mm-mm. You got to shoot 25 shots if you're Jimmy Butler without Steph Curry in the game. He shot 9 times.
Yeah.
Last night he shot 11.
Right.
4 of 11 for 17 points. Big
Zero
deal.
Killer instinct in his eyes.
None.
He didn't care, man.
Nope.
They knew they couldn't win it. They didn't want to extend it because they knew Steph wasn't going to play. They didn't want to wait 3 days to come back on Sunday and lose. They just wanted to put in the effort, as little effort as possible, and move on. Yep, you are correct, sir.
They kept telling us that we were going to beat the Lakers and the Golden State Warriors in the same playoffs at the start of the season.
Well, in the storyline about how Ant's a giant killer, again, you just took down LeBron, Luka, and Steph.
Think of that.
Well, you can't really count
on paper. I'm just saying on paper.
Books they will.
I'm saying on paper. You beat a LeBron team, a Luka team, and a Steph team within 2 series.
Bring on the Joker. Let's do them all, and then we'll beat Cat in the finals.
We did Joker last year.
Think of beating Cat in the finals. If Cat came here in the finals, oh my God.
We got to get past SGA or Joker first, though.
I ain't scared.
Not scared either, but man, the Western Conference Finals is going to be an absolute battle.
So fun.
Absolute battle.
So
all right.
fun.
We'll do more of what really matters. We'll get Ben's take on the Vikings schedule and so much more between now and 9 o'clock. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.
Dakota Shakedown and Blast.
Welcome to the W, where elite athletes are redefining the game of basketball. From buzzer-beating shots, jaw-dropping defense, and logo threes, the WNBA delivers nonstop action and world-class talent every game. These athletes don't just play the game, they elevate it. The New York Liberty are the reigning champions, and the Golden State Valkyries are the newest team to join the league since 2008. Watch the WNBA this season on ABC, CBS, ESPN, ION, and Prime. Starting May 16th.
Men, if you're ready to reclaim your edge, listen up. I used to be held back by constant bathroom trips with multiple wake-ups during my sleep and looking for restrooms whenever I was out. Then I discovered Better Man. After just 2 months, I started experiencing fewer trips to the bathroom, less urge to go, and I even slept through some nights. I feel a noticeable boost in my overall well-being, even sexual stamina. It gives me the freedom and confidence to live life on my terms. Better Man is clinically tested and trusted by thousands of men over 25 years. Ready to take back control? Go to BeBetterNow.com to order your supply today. That's BeBetterNow.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Use as directed. Individual results may vary.
That's right. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's 6:47 in Wintersville. Power Trip Morning Show. Home of the Vikings, home of the Timberwolves, home of the Wild, home of the Frost, home of Golden Gopher Sports, home of it all. Winnersville.
Yeah. That's all we do is win some. Let's win a lot now. Let's win the rest.
Let me tell you something, Ben Lieber.
Do it.
What's that, Chris Hockey? You gonna fart on me again?
No, I wouldn't do that to you. I love you too much.
Okay.
I thought my mic was off. Listen, here's the thing. We're going to Dublin town.
Yes, we are.
We're going to London town.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to Seattle town again.
I know.
Do you guys stay there the whole time, Hogs Daddy?
Yeah.
Well, Ben might not, though, right?
I'm still trying to figure it out.
You guys fly back and forth? Oh, TCL.
I may not. You know, I might come back and work a few days at Twin Cities Live and then go back. I mean, it would be, if I end up staying, it's going to be epic.
God.
Dude.
Because do you know yet, Hawk? Are we going to leave Dublin on Monday right to London, or are we going to stay there for a little bit and then let's make the short hop over like later in the week?
I would guess we will go probably Tuesday. I wouldn't think we'd do Monday. Monday's a heavy travel day. But who knows? Who knows? And is there a chance, and you guys who've traveled there like I have, I mean, is there a chance we take a train?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I figured it's an hour flight.
Yeah.
So by train, that's a few hour ride. Right?
Yeah, I guess you're probably right.
Do you have to work when you're there?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm sure we're going to do a little bit of work. Yeah.
So,
but the morning show's midday.
Monday for the Vikings would be they wouldn't practice either way, correct? So it's not like they need a practice space in Ireland,
right?
So it's more about when do you have access to practice space in London as the road team, right?
They would do that because they would treat the first game. They'd probably do the same thing. We'd take the red eye on Thursday night, have practice Friday, so they need practice space Friday,
right?
Walk through area on Saturday,
right.
Game on Sunday, film review, weights on Monday, and then probably travel, like Hawk is saying, probably travel on their day off on Tuesday to London.
Well, and let me say this as well. I've heard through a couple of grapevines that there's not a lot of great practice space available in jolly old Dublin town.
Okay.
So we might leave there earlier to get to London just because we know those facilities better. We know those places better.
Yeah.
So no practice in London or in Dublin after the actual game.
That is, I swear to God, complete conjecture for me.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, do we stay a little bit in Dublin, or do we just go right to London, just get settled?
Well, think about it, Ben. Cool. We could leave. Yeah. We could leave Dublin from the stadium, go to the airport, get on a plane, and fly to London.
Yeah. I know that's. Yeah, I know.
I think that might be it.
That's the other thing I was thinking because the game's going to be early enough for us in Dublin.
Yeah.
Because it's a noon game, right?
That makes so much sense.
No, it's a 2 o'clock game.
2:30.
2:30 local.
Yeah.
In Dublin time.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So you'd be getting to London Sunday night.
Right.
Yeah, I would bet they try and keep it as normal as possible.
Which is a better time to be landing at Heathrow and traveling around London too. So I bet that's what we do.
Who knows? Either way, fun problems to have.
So cool.
And then last little detail that doesn't matter, but just kind of popped in my brain. Do we have to go through customs and all that stuff from Ireland to London?
Yes.
We do.
That's a good question.
Good question.
Good question.
I mean, it is country to country.
Yeah, it is. I'm almost positive because I've done that before. Yeah, I think you do.
Because, boy, that's going to be a long...
Even though it's the United Kingdom, though.
It's faster and faster and faster all the time, though.
So then it's the
the Vikings folks take such good care of us. Yeah, week 6 is the bye.
But even so when my family went to London last year, or England and Scotland, I think we got through customs in I'm not even exaggerating, under 5 minutes both times. And we don't have any of those crazy sauce passes, like the clear or the whatever it's called. It's just that's how quick most of it is now, right? Do you remember back in the day you would have to show your passport and they would ask you 1,000 questions. What are you here for? And you'd be like, vacation, let's go.
Yeah. And you'd get nervous no matter what.
And it would take it takes like 5 minutes per interview. You're like, what's going on? Now they do the facial scan.
Oh.
They stamp your passport. They basically say, have a good time. Like you're in and out of there, each person in under 15 seconds. So a family of 4, you're out of there so fast. Yeah. And there's so many lines. It's pretty quick.
So get this. I didn't know this either. If it was the reverse, if we were in London, then went to Dublin, Dublin's airport's one of like 5 or 6 in the world where you do customs there. So we would land back in Minneapolis and just get off the plane like we just got off the plane.
That's true.
We did that,
that'd be sick.
We did that. Yeah, and we went through about 9 different bits right on the way back. Yeah. We did that.
Yeah, that would be sweet.
Yeah.
They take such good care of us anyway. They,
they do. Yeah,
the Vikings
that whole
folks,
staff.
That whole staff gets it taken care of.
I don't know how they do it. Honestly,
I don't either.
I mean, when we're going through it, I'm like, I don't know how you guys have dotted all these I's and crossed all these T's. So this is a lot of stuff going on.
Outside of Dublin and London, knee-jerk reaction to the rest of the schedule in terms of how many primetime games, the actual matchups, the Christmas Day game. What do you think?
I mean, I love it. I like how it's kind of built. The top and bottom. I mean, you guys talked about the middle weeks 7 through 10. That's a grinder, man. I mean, that is that's hopefully one of those weeks.
Not that grinder.
You hope that it's those weeks in there. If you can salvage, let's say 3 of the 4 wins, and let's say that we're on this path of being a playoff team. Then I think that you can look back at that 4-game, at least that 4-game stretch, and say that's where we were battle tested. Like, we know that we can throw the football, we know we can do this, but can we go toe to toe with somebody and just bloody their nose for 4 quarters, and then come right back on a short week, go to LA, face Harbaugh, all the pomp and circumstance with McCarthy and Harbaugh, and they're the number 1 ranked defense in the league last year. That's a really good football team defensively, and they play physical football. And then you got the Ravens in there and the Lions in there. And it's like, man, if you can face Derrick Henry and you can play, this Lions team that's always so physical and so creative, which will be interesting now that they lost both coordinators, how they respond this year. But just from looking at it on paper, I like having the early bye with a young quarterback. Our offense will probably look a little bit different. We're going to have different wrinkles in there that we had with Sam Darnold in years past. So why not take that time for an early bye to self-scout, see what McCarthy's doing really well, see what he's not doing well, readjust, and then just get ready for the big push in those 4 games, like I'm saying. So I like how it lays out, and then we finish at the end of the season with 2 division home games. One being on Christmas Day, which is going to be just, a crazy atmosphere.
That's be sweet.
And then
so cool.
To be determined Packers game to close it out.
About 56 seconds ago, you used the word creative, and then I really just tuned you out because I was waiting for my turn to talk.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Speaking of creative, how about the Vikings schedule release video of a whole bunch of rubes getting Vikings tattoos related to the schedule?
Brilliant.
Man, that is a level of psycho that I can't relate to, and fandom that I can't relate to. But that is
brilliant.
And aren't they doing some kind of like free tattoo thing? Is it today?
Yeah. What are they doing?
Oh, is that right?
There's some spot where it's like if you come and show up at a certain time in a certain place, you can get, I think, Vikings related tattoos for free in a certain window. I mean, that is next level. So what they would do is, like, instead of just getting the schedule release, if you haven't seen the video, it would be like, all right, we play the Bengals. Well, then it would be like a little tiger with like Helga horns. So it was all Viking themed without just actual tattoos. Now, it didn't say like, September 14th, 2025. It wasn't that was all digitally to the side of it, but the tattoos are real.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Check out the video. It's crazy, man. They found rooms to do it.
Yeah.
Unbelievably creative.
Did you guys see the Chargers one?
Epic.
Yeah. Epic.
Yeah, the
it's
Minecraft
so
one.
With all the Vikings bits, and then at the end they had the 2
Easter
guys
eggs.
fighting in the Starbucks. Brilliant.
Yeah, it's just Easter eggs and subtle little jokes.
So cool.
I think they won the award last year for best social team.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Was that
LA?
right?
Yeah.
And Hawk and I
did.
watched the one that we talked about yesterday where the people had
to guess
in
the team.
Tennessee had to guess the team.
Still the best one of all time, I think, because it made me laugh.
And
So-
it's just a bunch of drunk people on Broadway. Yeah,
Not trying to crap on other people's creativity, but I'm going to. Did you guys see the Ravens one?
I did not.
No.
So they did a Severance parody, and it's high quality. Like, they went all in. But it's like 6 minutes long, and after about a minute, you're like, all right, like, this isn't funny or interesting. It's just you guys did a really good job, but I'm like, this is 5 more minutes? Yeah. Oof. So some people have really good ideas and just don't land the plane. I think the Chargers did. I think the Vikings did, and they kept it pretty tight. The 6-minute Severance bit is way too long. Way too long. Paul, your hands up.
Did you see the Bills one?
No.
So it's Josh Allen just shooting hoops in the practice facility, and is it Brandon Bean, the GM or whatever, whoever calls him and is like, hey, we got to come up with a video. And Josh Allen goes, well, let's use AI. And he goes, all right. And then, of course, they cut to it, and it's literally Allen Iverson going, what the hell am I doing here? It's like a minute and a half.
Oh, yeah.
And then they go, we're here to, announce the bill schedule. And he just holds it up like it's genius.
Okay.
It's super funny. Yeah.
Simplicity.
Yeah,
I like it.
Easy. A minute and a half.
Yeah, 6 minutes is too much.
It's way too long.
And who was it? Was it the Bengals that did the intentional thing with Tyreek Hill getting arrested by the Coast Guard?
Yeah, I think,
And then they took it down.
It's super clever, man. Some of those bits are so funny.
Yeah.
I wonder how much some of those teams spend on these schedule release videos.
How much do you have to spend to get the Minecraft bit, right? You got to spend a lot, right? They don't just hand that over.
I don't know how that
It's
works.
the Shield, though, man.
Yeah.
Shield gets a lot.
But here's the other thing about the schedule, quote, leaking. Think of how many people have to be involved in these videos that know the schedule.
Yeah.
Somehow they keep it quiet. Like
That is a great point, dude. I never thought about that before.
There's so many
You're right.
people involved with 32 teams.
Quiet-ish. I mean, we found out about this Dublin-London game, 3 weeks ago?
True.
I don't know what you're talking about.
True.
Us?
No, I'm just saying,
Yeah,
the public found out, got possible leak. And
Right.
It's like, oh.
Now, you could, for example, let's go back to the Vikings video. You could say, well, the gal or guy that gets the Bengals tattoo, we knew the Bengals were on the schedule. We just didn't know the date.
Yeah.
So maybe you could say that's part of it. But there's other people, like for the Minecraft video, they have to have specific little date references.
Yeah.
And I don't know. There's a lot of moving parts to keep it that quiet.
Yeah.
I'm just more surprised that the entire schedule doesn't get released based on how many people knowing the schedule. But props to the NFL to make sure that the employees are like,
true.
this is, national security, basically. Let's keep this on lockdown.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Mm-hmm.
Why not?
Love it.
Yeah.
It's going to be a
super
fun year. More on that in Vikings news a little bit later if you're just tuning in and you missed Ben's complete breakdown. But
by the way, Chris, I'm a little surprised you don't have a Vikings tattoo. You have 1 million tattoos. I'm a little surprised there's not a Vikings horn on there somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or is there?
Yeah, do you have one?
We just
one on
can't.
your slabs?
Let's just say I have a helmet of my own.
But a horn on your shaft wouldn't be bad.
What if he did have Helga horns on both sides?
On both sides?
Yeah. Brilliant.
And it made and then when he...
There has to be some Vikings fan that has that.
When he made it to completion.
Your mic's on.
When he made it to completion, it was the Gallahorn sound.
Yep.
It was like a built-in little speaker.
His neighbors would call the cops all the time.
No, it was really high-pitched.
So
You're saying that.
how much would you have to get paid to get a Vikings tattoo?
Oh, my guy Creasel has one.
I know, but I'm saying you. How much would you have to get paid to get a Vikings logo or helmet tattooed?
Man, I love that team.
Is that your favorite team out of all the teams?
That's
Out of all of them,
permanently
yeah.
on your skin.
Yeah, I love that team.
You know what we got to do?
I mean, I have ants on my leg.
I know, but just because
got
your
an
favorite
ant?
band is Dave Matthews.
Yeah.
I have an idea.
Probably not as much as you think.
Let me throw out an idea. If the Wolves win the NBA championship, we all get a tattoo, a Wolves tattoo.
No chance.
No, can't do it.
I love the
Corey's
Wolves.
favorite team.
That's my favorite team, but there's no way I'm getting a Wolves tattoo.
Same.
If the Ghosts win a natty, I'd get a Ghost tattoo.
1,000% believe you.
I'm surprised you don't have one
I
already.
was so close back in the day. Oh, God.
Yeah.
It was all planned out. It was going to be sick.
You'd probably put it right in your lower back.
Yep.
Look like handlebars.
God. Hopefully it never sees a black light.
The band Oyster Bay, and the song is By the Lake. Local music on the Power Trip Morning Show.
All right, the Wolves are in the Western Conference Finals. They won last night against the Golden State Warriors. They won 121-110. We'll talk more about that in about 20 minutes. But the news with Chris is after this on The Fan.
The Fan. Half-fast disaster artist to lead a party town. Tell me when it started.
Welcome to the W, where elite athletes are redefining the game of basketball. From buzzer-beating shots, jaw-dropping defense, and logo threes, the WNBA delivers nonstop action and world-class talent every game. These athletes don't just play the game, they elevate it. The New York Liberty are the reigning champions, and the Golden State Valkyries are the newest team to join the league since 2008. This season will be the first with Kelsey Plum on the Los Angeles Sparks, Jewel Lloyd on the Aces, and Alyssa Thomas in Phoenix. Whether you're a lifelong basketball fan or new to the game, the WNBA invites you to be a part of something bigger. Catch live games, follow your favorite teams, and witness history in the making. Watch the WNBA this season on ABC, CBS, ESPN, ION, and Prime, starting May 16th.
Men, if you're ready to reclaim your edge, listen up. I used to be held back by constant bathroom trips, with multiple wake-ups during my sleep and looking for restrooms whenever I was out. Then I discovered Better Man. After just 2 months, I started experiencing fewer trips to the bathroom, less urge to go, and I even slept through some nights. I feel a noticeable boost in my overall well-being, even sexual stamina. It gives me the freedom and confidence to live life on my terms. Better Man is clinically tested and trusted by thousands of men over 25 years. Ready to take back control? Go to BeBetterNow.com to order your supply today. That's BeBetterNow.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Use as directed. Individual results may vary.